Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Proverbs 121. The proverb today is to be like a fish out of water. Okay, let's take a look at the note here. If someone is like a fish out of water, he or she feels uncomfortable in a new environment or is completely unfamiliar with one's surroundings or activity. This one is kind of easy to understand. If anybody's ever gone fishing and they see a poor fish, if you pull it out of the water, if you put it on a boat or you put it in a bucket, you could tell it really feels like, you pulled it into another world. It's gasping for air, it's flapping, blah, 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 kind of like that, and it definitely is very uncomfortable, doesn't know what it's doing, and is, really lucky if it's just really trying to survive. It's fighting for its life, practically. This is kind of what we mean if somebody feels like a fish out of water. They feel totally like they've been pulled out of their environment. They've been pulled out of their comfort zone. And they feel uncomfortable in this new environment or this new situation. Then we say somebody feels like a fish out of water. Okay, let's continue. Let's give a few examples here. Example number 1. That job is not suitable for me. If I were to get a job in that company, I would feel like a fish out of water. Well, maybe this person knows this and realizes this, that I'm not going to put myself into that position because I know that I won't feel right. I won't feel comfortable there. So I wouldn't even want it. I would feel like a fish out of water. Okay, good. Or number 2 here. I thought I was talented and a good dancer until I entered that dance contest. And I realized I was out of my league. Yeah, maybe many of the other dancers were far better than he was. He thought he was good. Maybe he went to the disco and he thought he looked cool. He thought he looked better than the other dancers. But when he was up against the professionals, he realized he was out of his league. And he said, I felt like a fish out of water. Like, I don't really belong here. They're much better than me. I really can't compete with them. So he felt like he was a fish out of water. All right, great. And let's look at this last part of the note. The earliest citing of this proverb, so the earliest they can find it, comes from Geoffrey Chaucer, The Canterbury Tales. Of course, it's a very old, famous, classic novel. I don't know. I don't think that he was the one that invented it. He probably used it. It was probably around already at that time, but that's the earliest finding, or the earliest citing they could find of it. And this was like a part of the line from where it was stated. So, of course, you have the ellipsis here. You have those 3 dots, which means they've taken something out. They've just given you the important part. A monk, when he is cloisterless. Yeah, well, monks usually belong to a cloister. That's like the monastery they belong to, that group or that organization. So a monk, when he is cloisterless, is like a fish that is waterless. So that was the original phrase here, that is waterless. Of course, it eventually formed into what today we say, like a fish out of water. But I guess he was saying that a monk, if he didn't belong to a particular organization or monastery, he was just on his own, he just wasn't very comfortable. He's like, a fish out of water, or a fish that is waterless. Anyway, I hope you got it. Hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.